G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we will be looking at the Fanstoys Koot, aka Masterpiece Cup. And I admit, when I bought this guy, the choices were either buy Cup or get Lock. And even though this guy can be a little frustrating, I prefer this guy, even though his back isn't as clear, to Lock. I have no experience with the original release of the figure. I will not comment on the original release of the figure, but let's just say I was happy with this purchase. So here he is. He is a bit of a sort of a darker green than what he should be, but he is rather nice. And of course, anyone who wants to complain about the fact that his flatbed has no tail, go right ahead in the comments. Let's hear it. There he is from the underneath. I will admit I have glued his abs into place, so hopefully that hasn't caused any effects, because I was having issues putting this guy back into robot vehicle mode. From transformation, he can roll quite well. So I feel like these should actually flip out to the back here. I don't know, it just feels like that's where the tail light should be. So there we go. Obviously, Autobot Signal is not part of the purchase. It is third party, and you will see in the coming minutes how I just am crap with split stickers. So there we go. You can, however, arm him up in this mode. We have his proper gun, which has this sliding feature, and you can always just plug this in the back here. And now he is armed up, and it can twist and do a full 360 and go up and down as you wish. Also, you have his Target Master, and if you've seen my Cyclonus video, you would have seen this guy already. I'm not going to transform him in this video. He will obviously be transformed at the end, but I will be using that for the next video. And of course, you can plug that in as well. And now he's armed with his Target Master recoil. So the remaining accessories we will get down to in a moment, but let's do our usual size comparison. Here he is with Windblade. She's about as long as he is, especially with his back, his feet sticking out there. She's obviously wider, but I think he's like a smidgen taller than she is. Alright, let's get down to transformation, and trust me, this is more frustrating transforming into the car than out of the car. So first things what we're going to do is we're going to untab this and try to get out of this. Like I said, this is a bit fiddly. You gotta sort of flex things in places and whatnot to get things clear. So yeah, just take your time with it. I'll get this piece out here, sort of pull this out here and get that unflexed out of there, and that gets us that part out of the way for the moment. Now we're going to work on the legs. So what we're going to do very difficultly is we're going to flip up and flip back these, and this will sit over the top. You may need to slide across, like I think mine's going to need to. And that sort of just will sit, should sit, if I can get in the right spot. Come on. Alright, because this tab here will go into here. And then we can untab here, if I can, to get this out. Now when you go into vehicle mode, when you get it like this, you'll have to basically get this piece into here before you tab this port into the side of the leg. Otherwise it's going to fight you. You're going to fold this down and fold this up. You're going to then fold this in sideways. So it goes in the side and it should tab in. If everything's going according to plan. Slide down a bit. Always forget that slide. And then you can fold up the foot, fold this down, and that'll cover over the leg, and we have a leg all done. Back in a second. Alright, there we go, we have the legs done, and now for the next bit of hardness, we're going to somewhat separate the backpack from the front and sort of fold this back. We're then going to, if I can remember how, sort of fold this forward, not that you can see any of that. So this will fold all forward except for this middle bit. That stays where it is. And what we can do is we can fold that over for the time being. We won't be able to use it just yet. You're going to fold the wheels back out of the way. You're then going to fold the arm up. You then, with great difficulty, slide that up out of the way, you're going to get your finger in. Actually, I think I might be jumping a gun here. No, I'm not. Right, this will fold over to here. This will fold around, and there's your size code. Yes, mine is very loose. It doesn't really tab in. Oh, hang on, my pin's coming out. That's why. Get back in there. There we go. All right, so like so. All right, now what we're going to do is, actually, I'll do the other arm and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so both arms are done. What we're going to do is we're going to drop this down. So let's slide up and it will go down. If you cannot get this up, and trust me, I had trouble the first time I did this properly, you will need a screwdriver or something to get into just under here to slide it up. Mine's a lot looser, thank God. So what we can do then is fold this into the back like that. And then we're going to fold, if I can remember how to do this. Basically, the wheels have got to go under the arms, like so. So that just sort of all sits back there. I know that was a really bad showing, so I apologize. We can fold these just in on themselves like that. We're going to rotate this piece as well. And now we can get down to somewhat the easier parts. We can fold his arms down, situate them the right way, like so. And then we're going to lift up the head. We're going to lift up these inner pieces. Mine are really loose. Come on, give me. Get out of there. They usually fold down when you transform him, so be aware of that. So they're just clips that will hold the head into place. What we can do then is we can, and this is where I said you're going to see really bad split sticker, but you can fold this piece around, and now we have the Autobot insignia, and we can just sort of push them together for the time being and just fold that down. We don't want to tab anything in yet. Now this will try, come on. Where are you? Why are you fighting me? Realistically, why are you fighting me? Everything's tabbed in, right? Because that's basically going to slide in there. There we go. And you want to push it all the way up. That's why, because the head was in the way. So just push that all forward, and this tab has to go into the hole. There we go. And go all the way forward. So it's sort of a hunch, and these will all sort of line up where they are. Get his arms out of the way. You're going to lift up these pieces. They won't lift up much, but just enough. You want to fold these under here, and that will tab in there. And then you can take this back piece and tab that into his back. Straighten him out a bit, fix his joints up and everything so they're the right way around. And there we go. There is Koot, all transformed. And some of you are probably thinking he has the weirdest expression, and I'll explain why very shortly. But as for articulation, his head can do a full 360. It can look up that far, can look down that far, probably look down further if you move this chest piece out of the way. Arms can do a full 360. Arms can go out that far. Has bicep rotation. He has double jointed elbow, which will get you that far. You can also fold back if that's of any use to you. He has wrist rotation, which now that I think of it, if I forgot I think I forgot that the Shockwave has a waist rotation too. I can't remember if I recorded that or not. He has typewriter fingers here. He has one pin knuckle. The thumb does not move. He does have waist rotation, even though you will continually untab the sides. He doesn't have ab crunch. If you fold the flaps out of the way, and as I said, almost really loose, his leg can get up that far, even though it sort of pushes itself back down again. He hasn't got back flap, so he goes that far. It can go up that far. We have hip rotation. He has double jointed knee, which gets him that far up. He has ankle tilt to that far. His foot can go down that far due to transformation, and his foot really can't go up at all. So there we go. Now, as for arming him up, you can arm him up with both his weapons. So you can take his traditional blaster and open up one hand and plug that in, RCP style, and he holds that perfectly fine. And of course, you can take recoil and open up the other hand and tap that into that side, and he'll hold that just fine as well. So there we go. And he's pretty nice and secure, so he can shoot Decepticons and tell old war stories all day long if he wants, which he's cut. Of course he's going to do it. So now let's get to his additional accessories. He does come with card and instructions, of course, and the pieces that are, well, his original face that he come with, which I took off. A set of see-through windows if you don't want the preset color ones. And the bit that scares the crap out of me that I will one day find it gone, and thank God there's two of them. And I don't know how well you're going to see it. And you'll see a little black thing in my hand. No, that's not a rabbit pellet or something like that. That is a cigar. And thankfully it comes with two, and that is why Cup's face looked a bit wonky. I had taken the cigar out for transformation, and honestly, it's a small, very, very small piece, and it is very easily losable. But the idea of Cup being the old, grizzled warhorse he is, it seems really absent if he doesn't have his cigar. Like, honest to God, I feel like him, Ironhide, and I don't know, maybe Inferno, even though giving them the 1-2, telling them that they really shouldn't be smoking, they could probably all be smoking, sharing old war stories. So that's why his face did look a little bizarre, because he has a cigar, and I do like this cigar look, and that's usually how I have him with one of his guns with recoil transformed. So, final size comparison. Here he is with MP10, honest to God. I wish I had MP09 for this, but unfortunately I don't, and I have not got the Commander class Hot Rod. I do not plan on getting, Rodimus, and I'm not planning on getting, so. But if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Maybe you subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see the rest of the post. Maybe even leave me a comment whether you reckon that Cup looks better with or without a cigar, or if you reckon Lock is better than Fanstoys. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.